So in episode 1120, we get a colored glimpse of the unnamed seraphim who are the clones of the remaining warlords in the original seven warlords. One of those clones is a clone of Doflamingo, who I'm going to assume is just called S-Flamingo, right? Here's the funny part about him. Presumably, he has the string fruit, the Ito Ito no Mi, correct? And that means he has the ability to use the birdcage technique, which in itself is terrifying because amongst all the techniques that the original seven warlords could do, birdcage is up there with one of the most terrifying and absolute because one, it works autonomously without Doflamingo having to have any sort of input on its function. It simply starts at a point and closes in on his location, which is terrifying. Not only that, it is seemingly invincible because a meteor could not burn it or disturb it in any way possible. Neither could several armored hockey users could cut it, nor was it able to be affected by the invincible barrier generated by the barrier fruit. So it is quite the technique and probably one of the most dangerous techniques we have seen in the series from just how imposing it is. With that being said, we also know that these seraphim are going out to Empty Bluff Island, presumably to apprehend Crocodile. At least that's what it said in the chapter. So, with that being said, here's something funny. Both Buggy and Alvita would be completely immune to the birdcage. And that is a fact that is so funny to me. I don't know if Mihawk would be able to cut it. Presumably so, but maybe not. But I do know that Buggy would be unaffected because of the powers of the Chop Chop fruit, and Alvita could slip right through thanks to the Smooth fruit. On top of that, well, Crocodile would be simply immune because, of course, he's a Logia. But just the fact that Buggy would not be affected by the birdcage, nor anything in the string fruit's arsenal, is something to behold because the string fruit most likely always revolves around the idea of piercing an opponent, even when you're talking about Parasite. So, if you can't pierce the opponent, you can't do anything to them, presumably. Therefore, Buggy is completely immune to the powers of the string fruit. On top of that, here's just an alternative, seeing as how we've had many a talk about many characters joining Cross Guild and presumably Perona and Moria joining Cross Guild in the future. What if, and this is completely hypothetical, but what if this S-Flamingo joins Cross Guild instead of Doflamingo? Just an alternative. It may happen in the future, it may not, but it's something to think about. But with that being said, give me your thoughts and tell your friends about Polypede What?